Hey everyone, I'm Tony Assistant 4 here, and today we're going to continue on some more Crash Bandicoot for the Insane Trilogy for PC. Now, we're here to face off on Ripperoo. But real quick, I kind of forgot to mention the one change that this game has compared to the original version. I know I've mentioned that there was barely any changes in Crash 3, and the only addition in Crash 2 was the fact that they added the speed shoes. Crash 1, as you probably noticed from the very first part, there are so many things they've changed about the ways the game's formula. To be able to list them all would be a pretty big task in itself. Ah! Okay, but yeah. One of the biggest changes is the fact that whenever you die... What?! Not what I meant by that, but when you die... When you die in a normal level, when it comes to most of the levels in the game, you actually don't have to restart a level just to collect that level's gem. Which is a huge, huge change to the way the game is played. When you're doing this for like 100%ing, or in this case just completing, because I'm pretty sure with this game it's 105. Okay, I was gonna say, you better get here. Ah! Relax! Okay, hold on. I think I got it. Okay, it's not escaping, nah. There we go. But yeah, in Crash 1, when you die, most of the levels in the game, you don't have to restart the entire level just to collect that gem. Which was the biggest, easily the biggest change this game has had. In every level in the OG, if you die at any point, it doesn't matter if it was like somewhere here. Oh, this is actually a perfect level. Doesn't matter where you are, if you die, you have to restart the whole thing. You could die in a bonus because all those crates don't matter, but if you die anywhere outside the bonus, you're restarting. And funnily enough, in the Insane Trilogy, you still have that, but you only have to worry about that with levels that have color gems, such as this level, Lost City. And I was thinking of Sunset Vista. I kept thinking Sierra or something, but I don't know where that Sierra part come from. But yeah, when it came to this, it's just like, bruh, they actually took that one element that was really freaking tough when it came to completing this game, the original version, and they made it so much less stress-inducing. Like, it's still stress-inducing, don't mind that, because here, Lost City is still a pretty lengthy level, so dying here is a fair bit inconvenient when it comes to trying to collect everything. I mean, not nearly as long as Sunset Vista or now freaking Stormy Ascent, mind you, but I'd still say it's still pretty lengthy on its own. But it's just crazy. Oh yeah, the other thing. When it comes to looking at your statuses, you have so much more to look at. Now you have your tokens, all the tokens you have collected so far, the crates, which is something they've taken from Crash Bandicoot Warps. I know Crash 2 had it, but in Crash 2 they only showed how many boxes you broke in, and it wasn't until the very end where you actually saw how many crates you actually just like needed from that level. And everyone knows about that part so well because of Cold Hard Crash. We've played that part on this channel already. You already know why. Have the nerve to do that. I don't even. If I start mentioning Crash 4 in that aspect, I'm probably gonna be here all day. So yeah, that's another big change. The third big change is that if you lose access to the bonus level, you can re-enter it at any point whatsoever. So you're not restricted to only having to do this once and then not die. And if you do die, you have to start the whole level over again. But again, in the original version, it didn't even matter because all the boxes in those levels didn't matter. The only time dying in a bonus level did matter is when it came to Cortex. Also when you wanted to save, but that's another change. But that one you can already tell why that's changed so much. Oh man. This is still I still feel like I'm scratching the surface on the changes here. So when I mentioned with these changes on the bonus levels, all the bosses matter now. So good luck with that when it comes to the embryo ones, because the embryo ones are fairly challenging. The Cortex ones, they were required regardless, but now you actually have to get more than just the key and just call it a day. Make sure I don't hit these guys the wrong way. Okay. Okay, that was a little too early, but that's fine. Because I'm already at the near end of the. I swear if I died that way. But yeah. Bonuses, dying in bonuses still don't count towards anything, so you don't have to worry about that. All the crates now take out, what is it? Like, what is it? Take out Wumpa Fruit in pairs as opposed to the original where you have to jump on a single box. And Crash 2, where you have to jump on a single box 10 times to be able to get all the Wumpa Fruit in that box. It's crazy how much this game has changed since then. And of course, there's also the change in physics where Crash is going so much faster when he's jumping and falling. But that one's more of a downside, if you ask me. In some aspects. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely not something I would favor over the original. That being said, now something I forgot I only briefly mentioned was the changes in saving. Gone are the days of passwords, need to write down codes and everything. Obviously they're not all gone, but like, and cheat codes where you have to look up online just to get the passwords and everything. Gone are all that. Now we just have pressing a button. In fact, even the Crash 2 and Crash 3's way of saving is practically gone. Like the interface is still there, the surface is still there. Like here. It's just now a matter of a button as opposed to standing on like in front of something and then it just takes a while for it to pick up. It's like, oh, you want to save here. In fact, it's just like that with CTR. But the funny thing is, CTR actually kept theirs, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world since all those games autosave anyway. So, you know, it's cool that they made that change. That's pretty much my main point of what I'm trying to get across here. Some of these changes are cool. Some of these I personally would have preferred they only merely touch as opposed to go crazy with, but it's not the end of the world that they made changes like this. That being said, a change I'm not too fond of when it comes to Crash 4, and I'm not talking about the designs. The designs are freaking fantastic, especially Tana's, but I'm talking about like the way they decide to follow the philosophy in Crash Bandicoot's like level design. I don't know what it is about that game, but it feels like every level I play, I feel like I'm spending 5 minutes a piece at. I don't know what it is. It's not like it's it's not like it's the worst thing in the world that it feels like that, but it's just the fact that when you have to try completing it, you see how long this stuff really wears on you now that you have to worry about collecting everything without dying, just like in Crash 1 OG, funnily enough. Oh frick, this is not necessarily the thing I wanted, but I'll take it. Hopefully it won't get me killed. Let's go! Alright. Sorry, I always get a rush when you get to listen to that. But yeah, it's just like with the perfect relics, I get what they were trying to go for with the homage to Crash 1, where you have to try completing every level, like again, OG, or you have to complete a level, and then you have to collect that gem, and then do it all without dying. it's a nice little reference, but what kind of kills it for me is just how long a lot of the levels are. Like you can, I could talk about I can even talk about the idea of having a hidden crate in every level, even more than one. But like, if I talk about that, I feel like I'm gonna get sidetracked again. It's a great game, but when it comes to completing it, it feels so much longer than it needs to be. Kind of bloated even. Like, I'm not gonna go too much into detail about all the stuff in Crash 4 because we're already out of time here. Oh no! This actually isn't even the worst of the two levels, by the way. This one is that Road to Nowhere is free. It's higher road that most of you guys are concerned about, but I'm not gonna go on and start correcting you all about that. This is Joseph Ross. Thanks for watching, and in the next video, we will start with Road to Nowhere. Until then, stay warm. Stay warm.